I think I'm live. I'm doing an impromptu. If you guys want to join me, go ahead and join me. This was just not exactly planned. So this is the way I'm doing it because I want to share some info with you guys. I have been coming from a place of spirituality where I'm not even sure of what I'm talking about, right? Because a lot of people have shunned me this last year and treated me like shit from where I came through. And that's that. But the truth and the reality is that this is very real. Okay, so I'm gonna share some stuff with you guys. Again, this was impromptu, so I'm just trying to get set up. Maybe it comes on, say hello. I will take a look in a minute. Okay. Let's see, I was just looking at the world weather. Okay, so I was watching this one, you guys, and then I also saw something about animals were leaving Yellowstone. Was it Yellowstone National Park? I put a link. Again, this wasn't planned, so I do apologize. Like I didn't even have time to get ready. I just came on. Let's see if anybody's on or saying hi. Nobody's on. Nobody's saying hi. So that's okay. This wasn't planned, but I just want you guys to be diligent. This is no joke. I have been telling you that each time I do this work, something was happening in the world. I have been telling you this and telling you this. Each time I do the work, something's been happening. Okay. I told you about my other workshops and I wasn't kidding. And I feel like for a majority of the thing is most people can't understand it, or ego would step in, and God, that would drive me nuts. So everybody I would talk to before, ego would step in and then they would shun me. And, oh, we're all doing this. Hear me when I tell you the work that I have done over this last year would blow your freaking mind. It would blow your mind. It blew mine. Okay. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm not crazy. And yes, I'm getting louder. I'm getting heated for a reason. Okay. So just hear me out when I tell you I didn't want to do the work. When I woke up, I tried to give my gifts back. Listen to all my videos, please. I know I have a very small following. I still feel like this is just, it's really important for me to get you guys to understand that this is very real. This is very real. Okay. A few days ago, I said, watch for animals. It was in the cards that I pulled, right? And then now we've got, they were saying 4 days ago, the animals left, was it Yellowstone Park? Apparently I didn't bring it up here. Let me see if I have it. I was looking at a lot of these things. Oh, here it goes. Yellowstone drivers warned of unusual herds of elk and buffalo leaving park. Okay, that was 4 days ago. And so let's just click it up and listen to this one really quick. I didn't plan this, so forgive me. It's not all set up and ready to go.
Drivers to watch out for herds of elk moving across the interstate. Here it says a herd of about 100 elk crossed Interstate 15, causing multiple collisions. What's unusual about this is that deer and elk do not normally migrate until spring, which is not until March 20th here in the United States. And it's been very cold here. Currently, it's only 20 degrees there at Yellowstone. Tonight's low is going to be about 5 degrees. They don't migrate until the other areas higher up in the mountains have things for them to feed on. What direction are they moving? Well, I don't know, but I thought this was quite unusual. Here's another odd story that was posted yesterday, February 28th. Bison begin migrating out of Yellowstone National Park. Morgan Jacobson, a spokesman for Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks, told the Bozeman Daily Chronicle that on Thursday, that wildlife managers had seen some bison making their way out of the park over the last week. 2 bison, a bull, and a cow were recently taken by tribal hunters. In the last week, park officials have observed a herd of approximately 250 animals gathering around the Roosevelt Arch on the boundary of the park near Gardner, Jacobson said, and a handful of animals were seen outside of the park. Approximately 350 to 370 bison were between Mammoth Hot Springs and the northern boundary of Yellowstone, and around 70 bison were seen outside of the park on Tuesday. Yellowstone bison migrate to lower elevations outside of the park to find food each winter. Well, I'm sorry, but winter's almost over. It's warming up. So they're going even lower to lower elevations now, all of a sudden, when it's been so cold and a lot of snow for so long. They're just now leaving. It just doesn't add up.
All right, you guys, are you hearing me? That goes with around the same time. Find the video, please. It's on my videos. I pulled a card and I even said, listen to the animals. All right. And I wasn't watching the news. I, again, have told you I have to watch my energy. I have so much coming at me. And that last workshop I did, I'm not kidding you when I tell you I shattered my solar plex trying not to do it. And it took everything that I was to do it. And I've told you guys what they've said. I'm not crazy. All right. I'm getting heated now because like shit is real, you guys. This is absolutely real. And I don't know how bad it's going to get. I don't know. Let's listen to this one.
Everybody that was affected, small bit.
All right. This one's a little bit much,
Something
but
that was
it
once
has,
done
sorry
only
about that.
by net could be the key to taking years off.
Impromptu. We roll with this. Let's just watch. This one was out 2 days ago now. When did I do the last part of the workshops? Was on the 3rd, but I've been doing them for weeks, you guys, for a long time. Okay. The work I've been doing is the whole year, but the major shifts, the activations of the pyramids are the ones I was warning the most about. Now I know why.
Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Morning Dew, daily events worldwide, and we are on March 4th, 2021. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet. Welcome to a very busy day on the planet as well. We're going to get to that in just a moment as we start out here with space weather, looking at the 2 Earth-facing sunspots, and as well we have a coronal hole that is Earth-facing. Large plasma tornado spinning off the incoming limb. And luckily these small sunspots are not too active as they are Earth facing right now. And that's the last thing we need on a day like today.
Just keep watching.
Having a quick look here, 304 angstroms at that large plasma tornado erecting from the surface of the sun. Incoming images here. Looking at another light, able to see plasma filaments resting on the surface of the sun. Thank God not flipping out anywhere or snapping. That large plasma filament across the northern hemisphere matches the one on the southern hemisphere. Looking here at another light, you can see the coronal hole, Earth facing, very large one.
Video gets better.
Another light here, you can really see the coronosphere of our sun. Oh, the energy coming away. Looking here at our solar flux, KP index of 3, low 3. Real-time solar winds, we are seeing them start to diminish now, 430.
Let's skip ahead a little bit to where it makes a little more sense for all of us.
As well, our magnetosphere.
These are just the differences, just in a couple days, I believe.
Because we are seeing it across the planet right now. If nobody's heard yet, large and many, many earthquakes today. New Zealand, Kermadec Islands.
There's way more than that. No.
A quick look here at the Schumann resonance for today. A power of 16. Definitely a buzz after that real calm yesterday. Looking at a quality power of 12.8 and a power of 19 amplitude. So friends and family, be kind to each other and be ready. Have a plan, because look at this. Many and multiple large earthquakes today throughout the Kermadec Islands, and it started this morning, 7.4 in New Zealand, and it carried on and on and on. Many large earthquakes, and then boom, another large 8.1 earthquake was reported in the same region. And many aftershocks are still continuing. So if you want to monitor with myself, please come to the live stream and we will be keeping an eye on this situation, this event, pretty much. I haven't seen this many large earthquakes in one short amount of time. In my 4 years experience, even in my 10 years of really watching what's happening to our planet.
So did you hear that? I haven't seen this many earthquakes in a short period of time in his whole time watching the planet. Nobody has. What I saw this morning, I put that too. There was a lot more, and they're predicting more and more to come. So if the animals are already migrating 4 days ago, or whatever the date was, you guys, how much more do I have to say? How many more times? Hi, Gigi. How many more times do I have to tell you to listen to what I'm saying? I'm not a light worker. I know the work that I did, right? I didn't say, hey, I'm going to do this to the earth. This came through me. Okay. I kept telling you, what do they show me in Egypt? Right. And I even had people telling me, well, maybe it's energetic. And so it's like, maybe it is. Maybe I'm just kind of going over the deep end spiritually, like that old lady would say about me, right? Maybe I just went over the deep end spiritually. I said that to myself. Okay, fine. Kundalini awakening was massive. Yeah, I had a lot of trauma. Okay, let's do another little psych eval. Let's look at this mentally. And so then I take myself down in vibration so that I can be more, normal, quote unquote, right? Quote unquote, normal. And the more I do that, the more I get sick and the more I'm smacked in the face with everything that I say becoming a reality. I'm not kidding you when I tell you the work I did this year was absolutely insane. I have moved the earth several times. I know that's hard to fathom. It really is. I am truly what they're calling a master healer, you guys. Not only was I healing people's everything by touch through video, I thought that's how I was going to change the world. Little did I know, I was undoing all of the darkness, all of the everything and moving earth. Like I can tell you, watch all my videos. You guys who've been following me are well aware. Those who go to my workshops are well aware and are feeling a lot of what I'm feeling right now. And again, I don't want anybody to be afraid, okay? And if it's not the end of days, that means not everybody's gonna die, okay? And so I'm trying to hold space for that too. But my point is that this is real. It's very, very, very real. Everything I've said to you is real. And if there's this many earthquakes, if there is this many earthquakes and more coming, much more coming, then how on earth do we know what to expect? How on earth do we know how far the water is going to go in, right? Yellowstone, I don't think is too far away from me. You guys, and I'm not kidding you when I tell you I thought my apartment complex was good, and yesterday it was like the craziest crap here ever. I have to leave, even if that means I'm sleeping in my car. Okay, like it got really bad here yesterday, and I'm not playing that. Like I had one lady locking her grown daughter in their apartment, almost breaking the window. The guy downstairs was smoking crack below me, like I could smell, like it was horrible. Like it's like the whole world just went floop. Like no joke, crap got real. Okay. And so I'm coming on to tell you guys, please be safe. I want you listening. I've been saying it for a year. Listen to your body. That's all you got to do, right? Listen to your body, watch the animals. They talked about the animals migrating. I bet you anything nobody followed them out. I bet you anything those people have no idea who I am, what I've done, and what I've said is coming for this whole entire time. And so, it's like, dang it, I feel like, how do I get the word out? But I can't. Most people can't fathom who I am and what I've done. Hell, even people who were awake this whole last year would get into their ego and tell me, no, we're all doing this stuff. And bullshit. You don't know who I am. And I'm telling you now who I am and the work I've done. I don't fully get it either. But with all of these tornadoes. What is that other one? Mount Etna erupted in Italy. I think that was within hours of my thing as well. when did I start the pyramid activations, you guys? So I've talked about them on my videos. They started within the last, what, 2 weeks? Just, and there's been earthquakes the whole entire time. When I told you, we don't know what to expect, and nobody's done this here before, I wasn't kidding. And when they're talking about earthquakes possibly going off all over, and I told you what God told me in my last workshop, that we saw pieces of earth going in the water, okay? Again, I'm not asking people to be afraid. I'm just asking you to listen to what I say. I'm asking you to be diligent and pay attention to the earth around you, not people, obviously. People will just sit there and watch until the water comes and takes them down half the time. Okay? Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the people around you. Hi, Kathleen. Pay attention. Okay, you guys? I don't know who lives by Yellowstone. There is a major fault line right, or no, is that a volcano there or something? Like, see, again, I'm not a historian. I'm not a psychic guru who studied this for years. I am somebody who avoided it until I had to wake up, because I'm so powerful. I don't think I would have functioned right in the world otherwise, which I haven't. My whole life this last year has gone insane. Okay. I don't care. Call me insane, but please don't stay where the floods are coming. If they're coming, just be diligent at least, right? Protect your loved ones. Be kind to each other. Listen to the animals. That is my biggest thing. I would follow the animals. Okay. If you've got animals migrating that don't normally migrate, I'm sorry to say, I would go with them. I would kind of start following that note, because that's what Spirit told us to do around the same time that occurred. You guys, like, I can't make this up. I'm not a light worker. Not one light worker told you there's some girl out there moving the planet right now, and that's how the shift is actually going to happen. And there's going to be tons of earthquakes, and we need to watch out. Okay. Listen to me when I tell you. If you can hear me, you're ahead of the game. And that's my point of this video, is I'm trying to get you guys to see that I'm not crazy. Wake up. Okay. Wake up. This was all depicted in the Bible times. I had the hypnosis. Everything has lined up. I just want everybody safe, right? I do. Look, it's Italy panic. All of these were with since the 4th, the 3rd and the 4th. I think there were a couple before that. This one I think was on the 3rd, was the New Zealand one, was the 3rd hour time and 4th their time. All right, so it's obvious it's not energetic at this point. that's kind of, I'm like, okay, well, it's really physical, okay? And I didn't get to heal the San Andreas fault line, and they've talked about even tornadoes in Colorado, or not tornadoes, I'm sorry, earthquakes reaching Colorado. And they don't seem bad, but if these are unprecedented, how do we know, right? So just be diligent. What I would say again is pay attention to the birds, pay attention to the animals, and just be on top of movement, right? Like I don't know how far this is going to go, you guys. I don't. And again, they wouldn't tell me, or I wouldn't have done it. I do know that it's going to be okay. And I do know that the whole thing is not going to go underwater. All right. I don't think it's going to be as minimal as we'd hope, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as we would think it would be either. So I'm going to hold space for that. All right. Do you guys have any questions? Since I did a live, I am live. Okay. Layla Nelson, she's in California. I don't blame you. I honestly don't blame you, Layla. I'm not trying to put fear into anybody. I've been telling you guys this is, I couldn't stop it. It's not like I set out to cause these issues, but I can't deny them. They line up with everything I did. And anybody who's worked with me can see that. And so I would say, if you feel the need, if your inner is telling you to go, then I would go. 2 weeks, let's just say it's going to be just fine. When they showed me pieces of the earth falling into water, it was much like I saw with what we saw when I saw the one in New Zealand and that area. It was like a chunk falling in. So hopefully it's not going to be like whole states or something crazy. But this is different. This is a lot of earthquakes that I've never seen and that they have never seen. Right? And so all I know is the stuff I did is real and the animals have been migrating. And that was what the cards also said, right? So the cards said, you guys have pulled cards. I've done all that kind of stuff. I'm here with you. I'm stuck here. Like, I just want my car to work so I can stay in my car, because people in my apartment complex are very bad people. And I want to be safe as well. Right. But I don't want anybody freaking out. Like, that's the worst thing we can do. I don't know, Kathleen, if you look at the news, they're already happening. And who knows, right? Like, I didn't think it would be this fast. It was with the same day as when it started, that we did the last workshop, which was on the 3rd, right? But I've done many. So it started with really the first pyramid activations. That's when it really got full force, and it's been going ever since. And that's why I came on and talked about it. But I don't, again, we don't have all the answers. I do know that God told me I was going to sit back and watch it. Do you think they would tell me if we were all going to go down? No, I don't think we are. But it's already happening. That's the thing. Let's see, the video I put on this morning, you know, he was really, really, really good. Like, this guy, let's see where that video is. Here it is, I think. So we'll watch a little bit of this one, because if you guys don't watch it yourself, he predicts what he thinks is coming and where it's going to hit. Okay, and that's the one I saw. Excuse me.
You need to get off my back. Have you considered third love? I'm Dr.
I don't want people freaking out, having to move. I don't want that. Like, I don't want any of this to happen. I really don't. I didn't seek out to do these things, and I'm still astonished that I'm physically seeing things happen as I do them. like really, like pinch. I've even pinched, not funny, but I've pinched myself several times over too. Like, it's just really real. And he,
Hello.
in this video, I played this one this morning at 3 a.m. parts of it, right? And so I'll just let it go for a moment, because if you watched my video from this morning, you've already seen this part. But he talks about all of these things coming and which way they're going, and it affects every part of the world. They're showing to be pretty small. So if you look at what New Zealand did, they were massive ones, but nobody got killed, right? There was no deaths, okay? So let's hold space for all of that. Let's hold space for, as long as we're paying attention, we'll be just fine, okay? But if there's animals going, I'd follow the animals. I would be honest to do that. I have a feeling about staying in my apartment complex. Can I leave Colorado? No. But I, you know, at least not that I can see right now, but I'd be willing to even just leave this apartment complex, because it's not only the weather, you guys. What I'm seeing is people go insane as well. And it doesn't feel good to be here either. And so just listen to your gut, but please don't panic, okay? And I also saw changes coming in San Francisco. So every time they show me that, I do kind of go, God, right? Because New Zealand was here where he's pointing all of these, and then you go up towards, but he's projecting it a little bit off, right? But I don't know. Watch his full video. I recommend watching these people. These ones that I'm showing you today, I recommend following them. Okay, please do, because they seem to know what they're talking about. I don't like the news, and I don't like the weatherman, right? But these people seem to be very versed in the weather, and look at these pictures. I mean, these are really awesome. And he talks about what's to come. Okay. If what he says is true, if this is all going to continue, then we're all going to be affected in some way, shape, or form, right? So where could we really go? That's going to be the safest place. But I guess inland, you know, I don't even know if I'm safe. You know, I don't know. I'm sorry, but I don't want anybody to panic. I just want you guys to know that what I've been saying is very real. What I've been saying is very real. And so for those that I felt, the two that left me, one of them I'm pretty sure is my neighbor. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. Just look at everything. Look at the facts that I've presented. Look how they're lining up with what is actually being seen. Okay, you don't have to listen to me. I don't care if you hate me. Just take the facts that I've given you and match them up, and there will be no denying it. Okay, that's all I'm asking. You know, when I woke up, he told me I was going to have to accept who I am and allow myself to be myself. Do you think anybody accepts who I am or understands it, let alone myself, fully? No. And I was met with tons of ego. Like, nobody was listening to me this last year. The spiritual people, especially, like, no, I can't say nobody. My group has, you guys have. But I'm saying the ones who have shunned me, the ones who kept telling me, oh, it's all the light workers, like, they were not listening to me. Okay. And so that's where I would get like, nobody's hearing me. And I think even Donita remembers me saying that in the beginning. I'm like, I don't want to wake up. Like, nobody's going to hear me. All right. This is why. Now I know why I felt that way. Now I know why I tried to give my gift back. Now I know why I would try to stop. Every time I try to stop, I'm not kidding you, the angels would intervene. I would get music playing in my head. Don't give up. I would get these different things occurring. Guys, this is real. This is bigger than we are, and it's very real. And I just want everybody, if your gut is telling you to leave, then I would say leave. If your gut is telling you to wait it out, then I would say wait it out. If all the animals near you are leaving, just take a vacation with them maybe. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. But I do know I can't deny it myself. Okay, and I wouldn't do you guys justice if I wasn't bringing this forth. Right? Because these were sporadic pieces. I'm just checking. Who are these people? What do you mean people? What are you talking about? Who are these? Oh, these people? They're just weather people. So they're people who have done the weather type stuff for a long time. This is what they do for like many years, is watch tornadoes. Sorry, I keep saying it, tornadoes. Watch earthquakes and things of that. And I mean, look at their scale models and stuff like that. So are they going to be 100% accurate? Probably not. But again, they're projections and they're a little bit of what's coming, right? And so I would just take it for what it's worth. But that's who these people are. So they're ones who have been doing this for a long time. I do know that, which I don't watch the world. I don't watch the maps of the world. I don't know how to predict the weather. Okay. But these people do. I mean, they have all that stuff. All right, so pick ones you want to watch, pick ones you want to believe in. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so I think I answered your question, Layla. I hope I did. Maybe just listen to them, right? Like, I don't know. It's all over about the earthquakes and things. There's not just one of these videos, there's multiple. I chose the ones that I felt were more accurate and more real, so you can use your own discretion. I tend to believe what I feel over anything, but that's me, right? I haven't been wrong yet. So I take that for what it's worth. And since I woke up, I haven't been wrong once about anything, even if it didn't come that day. So take that for what it's worth as well. But these also match with where I did things. Like, I can't make that up, okay? I didn't know that it was going to be like that either. So I couldn't have been like, well, I'm going to take this and this and come up with this info to scare people or to make myself look anything that I'm not. Because believe me, people have treated me like shit this entire year, and barely anybody has listened to me, except for the ones who were willing to work with me and who kept being drawn to it for a reason, right? And then they woke up and they healed and they came into their own powers, and now they're seeing things. And so I know I'm not alone in it, but again, the light workers weren't predicting this. You know, I wouldn't have known this was coming a year ago. I wouldn't have known, you guys. I just wouldn't have known. I didn't put it all together what I was doing either until recently, which you can see it on my YouTube channel, where all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God. And then if you match it to my Facebook page, I was having signs of it coming. I had to pull a snake out of my solar plexus. Nobody could help me. I had to do it myself. Then I'd see a cardinal. And if you look all of those up, it's signs that I was going into something. And then all of a sudden these things were happening and it was getting more and more powerful. And everything I did, something in the earth occurred over this whole entire last year. Not just once, okay? It wasn't just these. There was another thing I did, and Turkey got hit. But people did perish there, 30 people. And I got really upset, really, really upset. Okay. And so it's not just been one instance either. But pick the ones that you think are accurate, that you feel are more reputable. If you want to pick the false news, I'd be a little more weary. Okay. Look for ones that are just focused on the earth and what the earth does. And have been whatever feels good to you. Okay. These are ones that I felt were talking what they knew, right? It wasn't necessarily anything other than what they were seeing in the earth and what they knew with their technology. They've been watching it for years. All right. This is what they do on their channel. They have live feeds. They watch the weather. They watch the earth. Yeah. And if they've never seen it like this, if when I pulled a card and it said follow the animals, and then I see, oh shit, 4 days ago, animals were leaving Yellowstone National Park. I didn't realize that. Find the video where I said, follow the animals. I bet you it's around the same time frame. It wasn't that long ago. Right. So let's just be diligent. Let's just do our best to follow your own instincts. Don't go off fear. So just sit still with it and say, what do I need to do? If you feel like you need to leave, then I would leave. If you feel like you need to stay, then stay. All right. What I feel is I got to get the hell out of Dodge. I got to get the heck out of my own apartment building. If I do that, I think I'll be okay. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know how far these will go. I've been saying it for a while. And then Spirit kept bringing me to Egypt, and they would flood Egypt. Would everybody die? No. Okay. United we stand, united we fall. All right. So I'm holding space for whatever that meant too. It's never been done before. I have no reference point to go off of, and I would be damned if I'm the person just creating fear. That's not my goal at all, at all, at all. At all. But if everything I've been saying is finally happening, I'm like, oh shit, people need to see that this isn't just my talking. Okay. The earthquakes are real. It's not just, they're all over the place. You can look at it all over the news. I'm sure even the false news. You know, so just take note of that. Make space for that. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I can maybe pull a card. At this point, I'm not even sure you guys would want a card. If you want messages, or if you just want to take it for what it's worth, I'm giving you some resources to look at. Feel into them as you wish. Find ones you wish to follow. All of that kind of stuff. You're welcome. You know, but my goal is to keep everybody safe, especially since I didn't know what I was doing. And I tried to say I was crazy. I tried to say I went over the spiritual deep end because that's what these negative people would do to me. And so I went with that too. And even people I know close are telling me maybe it's just energetic, right? Maybe it's just an energetic thing. Maybe it's not going to be a physical thing. And so I held on to that too. Like maybe it is. Maybe we'll just see slight changes and so will go to jail and it'll just be a really simple transition. There will be no weather changes. But my instinct kept telling me otherwise. And the fact, you guys, that I did not want to do this last workshop to the point where I shattered my own solar plexus. I don't even want to explain how I did that because again, it's still it's hard to fathom what happened. But I did, and I made myself very, very sick. And I finally feel better today. It took that long, and I had to get help before I did that workshop. And I didn't just pick these workshops; they were given to me. Okay. They were channeled just like I told you. And then I had Recovering Humanity on the board. All right. So I've been talking about it, who I am, what I've been doing, and what's possibly coming. If they gave me all the answers, it would change their directed outcome. All right. We're not allowed to do that. This is bigger than me. This is not me. It's not like I said, I'm going to go to Earth and just do this. I didn't even know who I was. And I was told, you know, it was like channeled. I've worked with you guys have seen me working this whole entire year, or for those who have been watching me. It's just real. Okay. I don't know. I'm like, do I need to run? I want to run all the way to North Carolina, to be honest with you, right? But I'm being blocked every which way. No joke. I can't even get my car fixed to get the hell out of this apartment. And that's the situation that I all of a sudden find myself in. it is what it is. So I just got to roll with it. Okay. So all I'm asking you to do is be of your best health. Like I've always said, try to keep your vibration as high as possible. Stay in love. This is why they told us to separate from it. How do you separate from it when it's happening all around you? Right. But go with your instinct. Okay. Go with your instinct. Follow the animals. Always, always, always. All right. I don't even know exactly, like, this is how much I never paid attention to exactly where Yellowstone Park is from me, but I know it's not too far. So I'll have to look into that as well. I haven't heard anything for here, but they're even predicting one coming to Colorado, an earthquake. And I don't know if I've ever felt one my whole entire life. So that's that. I don't know. If you watch that one guy that I brought to you this morning, he does a prediction of what's coming and he seems to be pretty darn accurate. I really like him. There's something about him that feels like he's just connected, like he knows what he's talking about. Okay, so that's my thoughts on it. Go with how you feel, but he did a predictive model in there. And he talks about where they might hit, how big they're supposed to be off of what's been happening. Okay, and these are not normal for them either. So they're all following them diligently. Also in Iceland, it's a prediction. So there's a lot of movement under the earth. That one is like, because it's not quite there yet. Let's see if I can find that one. They're talking about how it hasn't quite erupted, but they're predicting it's about to. So I don't know what all that means either. So Indonesia, is that one I went to too? I even heard Myanmar, and one of them is expected to, it's like, oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I looked at so many of them. Yeah, so there's volcanoes going to, but I did heal some, right? So why would I have healed some if the whole earth is going down? So it's not going down altogether. I feel like there's just going to be some things hit in order to cause certain changes. I'm not exactly sure. It's like, I got a little mad. I'm not going to lie to you. I did. I went off on God yesterday. I did, because I hate this. I hate being this person. This is why I didn't want these gifts. All right. And so for all those people who threw their ego at me, you can take the gift. Like, I wish you did this and I could be normal. Like, honestly, that's how I'm feeling. All right. But there's just a lot, and there's a lot of predictions coming forth. And he is saying he's usually pretty accurate. It's not 100% accurate for his. Okay. And that was this guy's. The one I showed you at 3 o'clock this morning. He, to me, felt like he really does know what he's talking about. He like really gets into it, and he wants to do the impossible and predict with 100% accuracy. I don't think any of them are going to. Okay. I don't think any of them are going to be able to tell us with 100% accuracy, because has this ever happened before? No. Do they know what caused it? No. Oh yeah, that was the Iceland ones. So it's Iceland. They were talking about it's like preparing to go off, and all of these are coming within the next week or two. So it's just going to be a continual. Okay, it's just going to be a continual, because I'm not kidding you when I tell you I shifted the earth more than one time. And I don't know what it meant to activate the pyramids. They just told me to do it, and I know I started lighting them up, and as I did that, I was healing certain parts of the earth. You guys, when I channel things, I don't remember them, so please watch all the videos, right? There's a lot of answers in there. I do know earth will end up being okay. I do know, again, it's not the end of days, it's just the end of ways. This is meant to wake people up, all right? People got to wake up. And everybody kept saying that it was supposed to be this way with Trump. And as far as I can see, I'm not sure he's following through 100% with his purpose. I don't know. All I can tell you is who I am and what I've done this whole entire year or two. It's been more than a year. Like, there was so much stuff. I'm so grateful I wrote it all down, because there's no way I would remember it all at all. All right. And let's just say I do. I do carry a lot on my shoulders, Gigi. What's his name? Let's see. His channel is Dutch Since. So I put his link under my video at 3 a.m., but it's this guy, Dutch Sinse, Dutchsinse. Don't be scared, be prepared. See, that's what he's saying. This is go time, as we call it, a time of seismic unrest taking place, which is noteworthy and is spreading currently, reaching to Europe, USA, Central and South America, and will noteworthy larger than normal activity this coming week. Okay, so these are not normal. I've said that before too, is that these are not normal. There's nobody on earth has ever come to this planet and done what I did. Who the hell am I? I'm still blown away. I don't know what you want to call me. Call me a piece of shit if you want. I don't care, okay? I'm sorry, but it's what was called forth, right? Like, I didn't order it. I just did what I was supposed to do. I did my purpose, and if I didn't, I wouldn't be okay. So I had no choice, really, right? Like, would you do it if it was you? I'm pretty sure you would have. And so that's that. If you guys want to know more, you know, I will pull out more info of what I did. If you want to know specific things again, I will pull that stuff out. It's all in my video. So if you're wanting to go back through them, then do so. Even my Facebook page, I left it up for people to look at the videos, okay? You guys, I hate this. My own 18-year-old thinks I'm crazy. Like, the guy that I loved thought I was crazy. And I hate that I love him because he's a jerk, right? But that's who I am. This has been a rough year for me. It really has. It's been a lot. And to see this actually happen, I just want people to hear me now. You know, like, please listen. Pay attention to your body, like I've been saying. Be able to read your inner guidance. That's all you got to be able to do. If you're able to do that, I guarantee you, you're probably going to be just fine. Okay. And again, put your loved ones in a bubble, you know. Let's just take note that I'm pretty sure a majority of everything is going to be okay. All right. Only those that are meant to go are going to go. Okay. And I do remember throughout I've been saying that not everybody's going to be able to stay. I got that. Okay. Remember, I've got loved ones too all over. I have a whole family in California. A whole family. And do you think they're listening to me? No. I'm crazy, remember? Right, Gigi, right, everybody? I'm just some crazy whack job who didn't know what she was talking about. And so, you know, I have to hold space that it's all going to be okay. It's all purposeful. So take note of that. And I'm all alone with my kiddos. And I can't even seem to get my car fixed to go anywhere. So that's my story. But I know I'm highly connected and I know I did the work. And so I just have to hold space that if my purpose is not done, I'm going to remain. Okay. All right. And interesting enough, I just pulled 3 cards as I was talking. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw them out there. Goddess of the Moon. There's changes, but there's also a lot of power going on. That's what I'm hearing there. And then we have number 44, Woman Holding a Heart. All right, this one's really speaking volumes to me, is that we're very supported. It's all purposeful. We're going to be where we're supposed to be no matter what. Okay, just listen to your inner voice and allow your heart to be big no matter what. Okay, and then for whatever reason, I got door to value. All right, and so there's value in this. All right, there's value in this. There's purpose in this. There's movement in this. And again, the number 3 and the 1 are sticking out for me. I don't feel like it's the money so much. I feel like there's just value. There's value in being sensible is what I'm hearing with this one. That's what I'm hearing with this one. There's value in being sensible. All right. So there's no reason to go into that panic mode that a majority of people would do. Okay. And that's what Spirit's been telling us this whole entire year is what I've been saying, is be willing to listen to your inner guidance. If you can drop in, if you can meditate in a time like this, it'll help you in so many ways, be able to know what you need to do, be able to know what you need to say in the times that you need to say it, because sometimes our loved ones only need a seed planted, right? And so just hold space for that as well. There's value in being sensible, all right? There's a lot of power and changes going on, a lot of darkness being removed. I've said that from day one. I have come here to shake up the darkness, remove the shit, and get it off the planet. Not only did I do that, I raised the earth. What the hell raise Atlantis means? I mean, you guys, I'm not kidding you when I tell you I'm highly connected, highly spiritual, can't go back to normal, but even I question myself sometimes because of who I am and what I did. And there's not one person like me out there. Everybody I worked with before, pretty much, not everybody, sorry, but a lot of them, most of them pretty much treated me like crap, shunned me, left my side, wouldn't listen to me. Egos would step in. Oh, we're all doing this. Or, nobody had answers for me. I haven't gotten a lot of support. And so my goal is not to freak you out. My goal is to be here with you and for you and to tell you that this was all for a positive. Okay, there's going to be a ton remaining. Okay, I do feel that. All right, so please just hold space for that. I want you to imagine the highest outcome for you. All right, don't stay in fear. What happens when we stay in fear? What happens when we were so afraid to get that virus? We would end up getting it, right? Because when you focus on what you're afraid of, what do? You bring about what you're afraid of. All right, so I want you to focus on what you want to come about and just go with that and be willing to stop and listen to your body. If you're sitting in fear, we can't listen, right? We can't see the animals leaving Yosemite 4 days ago if we're sitting in fear. And then, as Spirit is saying, do your best to separate from it. So you want to know why I didn't have a mass following? Anything could have stopped my movement. Any energy that came in stopped my flow. It would have put a kibosh in the purpose, to say the least. And do you think if the whole world knew what I did, would listen? Probably not, right? Probably not, because I can't even get my own kid to listen. Well, that's that. And I'm so used to people treating me like shit, to be honest with you. It's like an automatic response. Not everybody, right? I've got you guys, I've got my group. But even in that, some of them are like, well, maybe it's just energetic, right? Like, I wish that was the case at this point. Maybe it'll go away. Maybe all of this will go away and all of a sudden the energy will mellow out and we won't have any more. We can hold space for that too, okay? And then interesting enough, you guys, I pulled 3 more cards out of the other deck. And so this is what I'm going to show you is what came through. I'm not going to try to change the message because that's what came through. 2 of these relate to your earth. They relate to your grounding. They relate to your stability. All right. So number 9, material harvest. This relates to our stability and connecting to the earth and connecting to the ground. It is not all going to be bad. So please hear that. Not everybody's going to perish. The whole earth is not going to go under. Okay. But it is going to create changes, and listen to everything I've said over the year because there's your answers. Okay. But it's going to be a positive outcome. Okay, we are going to come into material harvest at the end of this, right? Again, when you look at what the light workers would say, and then you look at what I did, it's a little different, isn't it? They would say that all truths are going to come out. I was saying that too, right? Truths are they still are. Truths are going to be exposed. There was fraudulent voting, which yes, there was. President Trump's going to do this. So, and I've seen BIDE and getting handcuffed too. Okay. And so that's kind of the trajectory we were all going towards. Did anybody realize that I was in the background moving the earth in such a way to cause earthquakes all over it? No, I didn't either. All right. And so it's really hard to predict at this point what all is going to come out of it. We don't know. This is bigger than us, and no other light worker really saw it. Okay. And so that's that. And that's why I was told I was way different than everybody else. That is absolutely reality. Accelerated motion. Okay, that's what we're in. I already told you when I did that last workshop, it was done. It's done. It's done. I cannot undo what I did. I said that a long time ago. Okay, they told me when that occurred. It's just done. I can't undo what I did. I'm just looking at the messages. Hi, Angela. Hi. Yes, Gigi, right. So positive state. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I don't want you guys to think I'm afraid. I'm not necessarily afraid. I'm just, it's to a point where I question myself, because allowing myself to be myself, I lost everything. I lost pretty much everybody I loved, and people treat me bad, okay? And it hurts. And that's the truth. That's the reality. And I am defensive a bit when I meet new people, because I just need help and I don't know how they're going to react to me. And I've been on here for a whole year saying, please listen. And I've been met with a lot of ego, resistance, and shit. And that's the truth, okay? But it is what it is. And yeah, I'm one of a kind, and it sucks. And when I woke up, I tried to give my gifts back. I did. I said I didn't want them, and I spent a week crying. I think some Donita and those who knew me then may remember that time. I didn't want them. I didn't want to be me. It's not an easy thing. So I don't want to create fear, but I want you guys to know it's real. So just listen to everything I've said. If what I'm saying with these is real, if what I said I did with the earth is showing to be real, just listen to what I've said. Stay out of fear, stay in love and light, and listen to your body, because you're meant to be here if you're able to do that, right? We're part of the purpose. Now, if all the light workers talked about, so many people wanted to be here for this transition, right? And then we would talk about so many people are going to leave when it's time in order for the world to go up completely. And so hold space for that, is that if anybody does end up going, they chose to go, all right? It was their choice, even if it sucks. It was their choice, all right? And then the other card that came up with those, you guys, was another ground one. It's connecting to the earth. It's about your root chakra, your home, your financial and material changes. Okay. Of course, we're going to have financial material changes if there's earthquakes all over the world, even slight ones that make changes, like in New Zealand. It wasn't so bad, right? Hopefully those damn cow are okay. But I don't think any people perished, things like that. So, let's just hold space that it's to wake people up. And maybe nobody will go, right? I don't know. But don't be naive. Follow the animals. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow your solar plexus. Now I can follow mine and field. Thank goodness, because I'm not kidding you when I told you I blew it up. During my last workshop, the Canadians stepped in, were healing it. They were literally putting the puzzle pieces together, is what it looked like. Like, I hurt myself really bad, and it hurt for a while. You look back at my videos, you can see me struggling for a moment. I was trying to avoid it. I really was. I was trying to avoid the work, but I couldn't. And they always told me if I didn't do it, it'd be worse. And so I hold space for that too. Okay. But I don't see any doom messages here either, right? I don't. There's value here. There's positive accelerated movement and motion. And this is really representing growth and unity, I'm hearing here too, right? So just be still and listen to your inner guidance. Stay out of drama. Stay out of the need to fight, because people around here, it's like tenfold right now. And it doesn't feel good, And yesterday, I even had a lady trying to talk to me and support me and tell me what her experience was. And then the neighbor came out and took that away from me as well. And I got a really bad feeling. All right. So just know that I'm with you. Like, I don't feel like I'm in the safest place. And I can't even get in my car and leave right now. And so I have to trust that it's purposeful. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Okay. So just go with that. We're here for each other. I will be here every step of the way as much as I can. If I can't do a live because I'm doing it from my phone, then that's what I'm going to do. Okay. If Spirit's got a message, I will bring it, and I don't care what it takes me to do it. I find a way. YouTube tried to shut me down. They don't pay me. Thank God. Okay. Aw, thank you guys. And I'm here for you too. YouTube did. They shut my channel down after one of the last things I did. And Spirit told me, don't panic. You did something. And I'm like, oh God, what'd I do? And I think that was when the first earthquake really hit. Because that was about a week or two ago. And then the next thing I did is I wrote them and I'm like, oh, hell to the no, you don't pay me. I said, I have such a small following, so it's purposeful. They are not allowed to shut me up, okay? They don't pay me. I don't fall under their normal rules, okay? There's a reason I don't have a massive following. If I did, it would have mucked it up. But you guys are the frontliners, right? You're the ones who are well aware. You're the ones that have the information everybody else may need, okay? So be mindful of that too. If you go shutting down and going into panic, you're not going to have the information everybody else may need as well, okay? All right. And I know the groups that's worked with me and that I woke up, they're very much so capable of healing. All of you probably are. So if people need it, help, right? Every little bit counts right now. It really, truly does. Anchoring it into that light. Wasn't that my message yesterday? All right. I know it's going to be hard right now. But it's kind of also cool. Okay. We can look at it that way. Like, holy hell, you guys, who am I? A god? I don't know. You know somebody who moved the earth and caused this to happen. Holy hell, I'm me. Whoa. Let's try to throw some positive in there. Like, you can't make this shit up, right? You guys, I can't make this up. If you guys have been watching me, I've got that paint, like everything is just mind-blowingly crazy and amazing. And I'm pretty proud of who I am. All right. And so I want you guys accepting the same for yourself. You've been with me for the most part, except for the perv who keeps putting some crazy comments that I can't read that are about sex videos. Ignore those, please. I reported the last one. Watch out for those. But for the most part, most of you are here for a reason. All right. And so you may have crucial information others need. You may just know what to do because of it. All right. I kind of highly doubt you're here to watch my videos to perish. Does that make sense? I highly doubt you did the work with me to just go under or to have horrible things happen. Okay. But you may have a purpose come up within this. Does that make sense, you guys? Because that's what message is kind of coming through right now is if we're in the panic state, you may miss your purpose right now because each one of you that has followed me and worked with me, I guarantee you have one in this. And I've been saying that the whole time. I'm not going to recover humanity on my own. But it's getting close to where I can cut that off my board, I think. I think soon enough, we'll be able to be there. And then we'll know what that really meant, right? Because again, I've expressed I didn't know what that really meant, but I still have it written on my board. Now I think we kind of get it. We're going to have to pick up a lot of pieces. We're going to have to rebuild our world. But again, I've said before is that everything's already lined up to be rebuilt. So all the good stuff is already there. All the good stuff is already there and at our hands, right? And so that brings me to that material harvest card. Is there's a lot of abundance coming. There's a lot of things that are going to be a-okay, right? There's a huge light at the end of the tunnel. This is all very purposeful. And why else would we have the opportunity to have me knowing what's coming if it was all going to go down? Like, that's torture, right? Like, that would be absolute muck and torture. And that's not what God's about. All right. So let's hold space for that too. So yeah, there's my little impromptu live. Gigi, I don't know. I had this guy who was supposed to help me with the car, and then it's one thing after another, and I kind of took it personal because I told him a little bit of who I am. And so I don't need a lot with my car. I really don't. For some reason, my money got put on hold. It's been a little weird in my space. And so I don't know why. With who I am, again, I'm not like everybody else. God places me where I need to be throughout my whole entire life. And so I'm trying to hold space that he will allow me to leave as soon as I need to leave. Okay, I'm really holding that in my heart. But it doesn't mean I'm not moving towards that. Okay, so hopefully not too much, and hopefully I'll still get it done soon and I can just be out of here as soon as possible. I don't feel like I need to leave Colorado, but I feel like I need to leave this space because it got really, really, really scary and violent and not someplace I need to be. I know I was put here on purpose. I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. Somebody I met here, I was supposed to wake them up. They chose not to as well. So it's really sad for me. But that's what it is, right? So maybe my purpose isn't quite done here. I'm not sure. But I hold space for that. Okay. I'm glad you all came on. Just again, you know, these videos that are on here, take note, take in what you feel, you know, resonates, what you feel you need to follow. This one was Morning Dew. I didn't like his as much, but I did at the same time. So I kind of like both of them. Like if you can combine these two guys, I think you would have the best newscast forecaster ever as far as what we're going into. So that's what I've got, is both of them kind of tagged. I've subscribed to both of those. And again, Yellowstone is not very far from me. And so how many people do you think followed those animals? They're all sitting there going, huh, scratching their heads. So you guys, like I've said from day one, have a leg up. All right. You have insider information. I just got chills when I said that, you guys. You have insider information nobody else was willing to pick up on because they weren't so willing to surrender to. Their ego got in the way of who I am and what I was doing. So take note of that. Be proud of that. And know that you're already, and I'm getting a lot of chills, you're already listening to your inner guidance, okay? So I tell you, you make good choices. You're already listening to yourself. Okay, so just keep doing that. Just keep doing it, all right? And I know my purpose isn't done, so I hold space for that as well. I haven't brought the new modality yet. I haven't taught everybody how to work in this new energy because holy hell, I feel it today. It's new. It's different. It's not the same. And so if I'm the one that brought the changes, I've got to be the one that helps put it back together too. All right, so let's just hold space that we're in this together. We've all got each other protected. We've all got each other's back, and we've all got inside information that others might need. All right, so pay attention to who's popping into your energy. Pay attention to who might need your help right now, who might need that seed planted. And if they don't hear it, that's on them, not you. Do you understand? It's on them, not you. Okay. So, aw, thank you, Layla. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not many. So, it's already happening. It's not coming, right? This is already here. So I would say be in the moment every chance you can. Be in the here and the now. You know, be in the here and the now. The world is about, it's no longer the same, and we don't know where it's going to end up necessarily. So don't assume either, right? Like don't be like, everybody's about to die, because they don't think so. But I have been saying not everybody's going to go. Okay. United we stand, united they fall. That's been said since day one of my very first workshop. And you want to know something? As I'm trying to remember back to who attended my very first workshop, all of them kind of looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm trying to remember if I still have anybody there. I don't know if Pamela was in that one. I think out of all of them, they've all fallen off. And that's the crazy part. Okay, there was a lot of people who kept saying, oh, she just went off the spiritual deep end. And I didn't. You could see throughout what I was doing. But not everybody did. A lot of people who surrendered and were willing became my team, right? So we're all kind of the front line, and we're ahead of the light workers. Like I told you, I'm not a light worker. Not one of them saw what was coming. They saw some, but they didn't see it all because they couldn't see it all, because anything that would have come in between me and the work I did would have stopped it. All right, which is why I also tell you, don't tell people when you have new ideas coming in, because energy coming in can muck it up. Okay, not only do they steal your ideas, but just their energy alone can muck it up. Can I put their names in the comments to the people that I was watching? Yes. So we have Dutch Sense, DUTCHSIN. You want me to just put a link of their channel in there? Let's see. Maybe not. All right, I'll just type their names. Dutch Sense and Morning Dew. Is that who you're referring to? Dutch Sense, or I was talking about a lot. So that's the one guy that I really like. And then the second runner up is this one. Morning, oops, sorry. D period E period W period. Let me get off that before it gets. All right. So there's those two. They're two different ones. Dutch Sense and Morning Dew. And then Okay, let's see if I can't copy their thing for you and paste it right there. Wow, we're talking. But there's probably others, right? These are not the only ones. They're just the ones that stood, but you're right, they stood out to me. So they might be some of the best to look at, right? Because the stuff that comes through for me is not crap. So we'll just take note of that. I will give you these. Okay. But then again, if you find others that resonate, follow them as well. Just be mindful because there's so many out there. All right, and then here's the second one. Sorry about the screen. I know when I go back and forth, it gets kind of crappy. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. Let me get back over here so it stops being weird. So again, not to freak you out. It's kind of my realization that crap, I'm real. I am real. The crap I did was real. And it didn't just create, non-physical changes, it didn't create physical, it didn't just create spiritual changes. When I tell you guys, I am a master, I'm from the highest of highest light you can go. I'm not kidding you. And now maybe people can see that. When I tell you I can heal you 100%, anything wrong with you, I'm not kidding you. Physically, spiritually, chakras, energetic, DNA, sicknesses, doesn't matter. I can see it and I can heal it. If you're open, that's the key. That's the key. That's the only thing that prevents you from getting to me is your ego, is not being willing to surrender. That's the only thing stopping you from having the abilities that I have. Granted, you probably can't move a planet. If we all did that, we'd be in trouble. But for as far as healing modalities, as far as psychic gifts, we all have those, you guys. And so I'm going to teach you guys how to use them soon. Okay. So that's the next step. It's going to be really, really cool. Right. And you're going to just flow and it's just going to be beautiful and amazing and new gifts and new things coming our way. So let's hold space for that. That is the truth. We're going to come into who we really were. And so those that were not of us are the ones that have to go. And maybe the ones that chose to not listen and got into their ego a little too much, hopefully they'll be left hurting and we get to fix them still, right? That's what recovering humanity might also mean. So hold space for that too. Yeah, I don't know what else to say on that note. I do want to do a live tomorrow. I was going to switch rooms. You guys haven't noticed I didn't even do that yet. The energy got really crazy yesterday around here. It got hard for me to work again. I ended up having to tape off vents to protect my kids and just try to figure out a way out of here myself. Okay, so I'm with you. With you 1,000 to 1,000 to 1,000 umpteenth degree percent. All right, I've got your back more than anybody you probably know. And you guys, and I got chills when I said that too, and you guys have a leg up on the whole rest of the world. So just take that for what it's worth. All right. So much love to all of you. Anything else develops, I will be back on. I will do a live probably tomorrow, as long as I'm still in this place that I'm in right now. And I can do so. All right, I will do that. I want to be on. Roger mentioned he wants more lives. Right now, I feel like you guys do need me. We need each other. All right, and I just got chills when I said that too. So there's so many validations coming through for this message. So I am glad I came on. I've got you. We've got each other. Good. I'm glad. Good, GGC. Oh, girl, in healing you guys, I've healed myself too. So to be honest with you, and I got chills too, the people that have stuck by me, followed me, and worked with me, I really do feel like you're my family. I feel like we have definitely grown together energetically, spiritually, and we've come a long way together. Okay, so just because I am who I am, you guys help me just as much as I've helped you. So please hold that in your heart space as well. I wouldn't be me without any of you. I wouldn't be me without all of you. And I didn't need 100,000 people following me, because I would have probably blown their minds. Plus, they don't surrender enough to be around me. So keep that in your mind as well. Okay. In order to be around me, you've got to surrender. Why do you think relationships are hard? Why do you think I didn't want my gifts? Now I got to be me, which is not normal. But it is what it is. You guys have seen it. I can't deny it. And I'm here. And I want to keep us positive. I don't want everybody being afraid. Again, we are well aware, we can be well in tuned, and that's where we have every tool we possibly need to get through these times. All right. That's what God did. Like, he set up his team. He gave us and I got chills when I said that too. He gave us everything we would need to get through, to know what's coming, to surrender like we need to surrender, to have beautiful gifts in the moments of healing and insight and growth and love and light, and to keep choosing that over the fear and the darkness that we just wiped out. All right. As one of my very first videos, I said, I don't know if it's the one that's posted, we're warning of what's to come. Enough people asked for help. This was God's help. All right. Take that for what it's worth. God can only change so much in so many ways. How else would you come about to change the world? All right. So, you know, I was thinking about Jesus too. I'm like, why couldn't it have just been Jesus, like the Bible says? Like, everybody thought Jesus was coming. He was a mystic. What's my name? Juniper Bloom Mystique. I'm just like he was. I know that because he works with me. I do a lot of healings with him. He and I are very similar. So take that for what it's worth as well. Shit is real, and it's bigger than all of us. All right. You guys have a leg up. Be there for who needs it, and be there for yourself, and listen to your inner guidance. All right. You guys followed me for a reason. You knew. You placed yourself right where you needed to be. And above all else, you're well ahead of everybody else. And you've got the proof right in front of you. It's not just me talking out my face. Oh, you're good, Kathleen. Oh, hey, Nikki, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Nikki. I love that. Hey, baby. That's so cute. I love it. Thank you, Angela. I so needed that right there. Hey, Nikki, you're so fun. That's great. I love it. Thank you. You guys, this was just giving you some information. This is just showing you that everything I've been coming at you with is now being shown. So if you still choose to not believe me, if you still choose to keep following and unfollowing and talking crap, what are you choosing to anchor into? Are you listening to your guidance? Are you paying attention right now? Maybe it's time you wake up, right? So maybe, just maybe, this video woke somebody else up too. Okay. Be diligent, be mindful. I'm here for you. I wish I could say it'll all end now. They are predicting within the next week we'll have more coming. So just pick up your bootstraps, stay in love and light. And it's not, if we live in fear, we're going to miss out on beautiful moments too, right? I feel like there's a lot of beauty to be had here. There's a lot of new love to be had here. There's a lot of new connections to be had, and there's strength and growth in that. All right. You choose to all perish. I guess we choose to all perish. But if we choose to all be ahead of the game, listening to our inner guidance and in love and light and happiness, knowing it's purposeful, then guess what? That's what we're going to create. All right. So let's do that. Let's do this. In this together. Follow the yellow brick road, right? Know that you're ahead of the game. All right. So much love to all of you. Stay ahead of the game. Follow the animals a little bit behind, I'd say. Because again, I wasn't looking until now. So we're a little bit behind in following the animals. If you live in Yellowstone, whoa. I don't know if anybody does that follows me, but wakey, chicken bakey. All right, you guys. So much love to all of you. When I do my next live, we'll probably throw out some messages. So it'll probably be tomorrow. As long as everything works out okay, I will do a live tomorrow. So much love and light. Stay diligent. I'm with you all. Okay. Till next time. Hasta mañana. Bye. You make good choices. Keep listening to yourself.